Gloria Dios. I might change positionings in this video because I'm trying to record before I meet with my client. Anyways, let's talk about getting started in private practice. Okay. I'm going to go through my trajectory. Not everybody's trajectory is the same. So I was fortunate enough while I was in school to be connected to the most, I guess, influential social worker in my life, the lady I am renting my office from and friend. I was connected to her from the beginning of the process and still connected to her now. So I got a lot of information from her as to how to start my business because she guides me through her own mistakes and trials and tribulations of life, right? But then also I picked up other therapist friends along the way who also were able to help me. So that, I guess, would be number one. Make sure you keep therapists, friends, colleagues, and community around you so that when you have a question and when you are ready to do a thing, there might be somebody that's around that's able to point you in the right direction or kind of walk you through the steps, right? So I kind of already had an idea of what to do, kind of going through the state websites. I did make some mistakes, right? So I think I paid for somebody because I did stuff at like midnight and I wasn't paying attention. I paid for like somebody to do my EIN paperwork, like my tax ID paperwork. Didn't need to do that. I could have done it myself. But the money's already gone. It's a drop in the bucket. We throw it in the wind because it's done. So I didn't need to do that, but as some misstep that I made. So I just followed the steps that everybody told me to follow. Am I going to go through the specific steps? No, because I feel like there are other videos out there that could tell you. And honestly, I can't remember the steps. So we did that, right? We got that. The people told me what to do and I did it, right? So now comes the paneling process for you to be able to take insurance. Could you go forth and be a private practice owner who just does private pay? Yes. I feel like it's a little bit more difficult to find people who want to pay you out of pocket, but it's possible. I had one who paid me full price out of pocket, but that was it. So paneling with insurances is a lot of paperwork and a lot of waiting, and I also paid somebody to do that for me because I was still working and trying to get my life together and I ain't feel like doing all of that. And I didn't want the headache. So I ended up paying somebody to do the paneling paperwork for me. So I didn't have to be as involved. So that was very helpful. And then he would just send me the updates on it and let me know when, information came back stating that I was able to take those insurance companies. While I was waiting on that, I signed up with Headway to be listed on their website as a therapist that was taking clients. Now, through Headway, it's like an online platform of like I don't even know how to explain it. So you are their employee and they panel you for you. They do the paneling process for you, but they run the billing for you. They do the whole billing process for you and they pay you. That was easier to start up because I was still waiting to be able to bill from my own self through my business, right? So right now I have some clients that I bill through my own business, like I go to the website and do it myself, and then I have some clients that Headway does, which sometimes is easier and they can just run it and be done. So I still use Headway to this day because it has been very helpful and easy for me to just keep my clients and have them just run my money. You know what I'm saying? That was helpful. I know other people do like grow therapy, which seems to be helpful. A lot of people have said good things about that. And then obviously, the main place you would want to list yourself is like Psychology Today. That's where people find you. So less people found me on Headway, but they still find me through Headway. But on Psychology Today, they're able to look you up and be like, okay, maybe this therapist might work for me. They call you, you do your 15-minute consultation call to kind of figure out what they're looking for, what the schedule's looking like, if you think it's appropriate for you guys to meet, and you go off from there. Ooh, speaking of EHRs, electronic health records, I know people use Theranos. I know people use what's the other one? I don't know. I use My Best Practice because I like it and it was cute. And I don't know, I just liked it. So My Best Practice is what I use for my EHR. So that's how I send people their intake paperwork to fill out. And that's where I do my notes. That's where I meet with them for virtual appointments. And that's where my whole calendar is. And you can connect it to your Google Calendar so you always know who you're meeting with and when. And then you can also integrate your Headway calendar into your Google Calendar so everything matches up. Because there was a time where and I still keep a physical calendar just to make sure I'm like on track with my days. So I have a lot of calendars going on. Anyways, let's talk about finding space. Now, I originally wanted to be virtual only because I don't know why. I thought it would be easier. Financially, it would have been better, so I wouldn't have a bill to have to pay each month. But I do love having this space, and a lot of people do want to meet in person. So I would be missing out on basically 90% of my clients because I wouldn't have had an office for them to be at. So that was great. It was a little touch and go, because I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to pay for it each month, but I figured it out, obviously, and the business has grown, so now it's not that much of a financial burden, I guess. So other things you might want to do: set up a business account. Don't have the same money of your everyday life mingling with your business money, because you got to keep track of that. Be responsible, okay? And don't touch the money for things you don't need, okay? All right, thank you. Do I have any other words about getting started in private practice? It might seem daunting, but literally just take it one step at a time. I can tell you that now. And I would say give it a year, because now I'm talking to you a year later and feel a lot better than how I was feeling when I first walked in here and was trying to set up this office, and was very unsure about the future of my business and always wanted to shut it down every day because I was getting discouraged. But just stick it out, okay? And have a little faith and hope in yourself, your ability, and the people who will seek you out, okay? Because they will, and you will be the therapist for them.